Excuse me, sir. Some rather exciting news. Just got a phone call from Denis Villeneuve, sir. He says he's finished with the final cut of Dune Part 2, and it's even better than Part 1. He says it's all turned out splendidly. Judging by the way the first movie went, I'd say this next one is bound to be a smash hit.
Mandrake,
Yes, sir.
I thought I issued instructions not to speak to any of our directors until the WGA is ready to stop this striking business and come back to work for us.
Well, yes, you did indeed, sir. But it's just that Dune Part 2 is bound to be the biggest film of the year, and I thought you'd be rather pleased to hear the news. After all, let's face it, if paying the writers fair wages is the only thing stopping us from releasing the film on time, I think we'd be better off giving in to their demands, don't you think? We don't want to delay the biggest film of the year just because of a little strike now, do we?
Mandrake, I issued orders and my orders stand. If the WGA and SAG-AFTRA don't want to accept our terms, then Dune Part 2 won't be seeing the light of day this year. If they continue to subvert our authority, it might never be seeing the light of day at all.
Well, I'm afraid I'm still not quite with you, sir, because if we keep up this little charade, then we're going to lose more money than if we've just paid the writers fair wages to begin with, and I mean, surely you'd agree you wouldn't want that.
Now, Mandrake, why don't you just take it easy? Fix us both a glass of green alcohol and water and we can wait this strike out peacefully.
I see. Sir, it is clearly my duty under the present circumstances to make a press release informing the public that we will be conceding to the terms of the WGA and that we will be releasing Dune Part 2 on time so as not to disappoint millions of fans around the world. If you'll excuse me, sir. Am I to take it, sir, that you are threatening me with that item that is definitely a gun?
Mandrake, I don't suppose it ever occurred to you that while we're sitting here chatting so enjoyably, all of those actors, writers, and directors protesting in front of our studios are at risk of losing their homes, their cars, their jobs, and their very way of life. And when it becomes clear to them that there is no possibility of our agreeing to their terms, there will be only one course of action open: total capitulation. Mandrake, do you recall what Alfred Hitchcock once said about screenwriting?
No, I don't think I do, sir, no.
He said writing was too important to be left to the producers. When he said that, 50 years ago, he might have been right. But today, writing is too important to be left to the writers. They have neither the skill, nor the training, nor the inclination for maximizing all of our precious quarterly profits.
Forgive me for being so bold, sir, but if we didn't have writers, then surely we wouldn't be able to produce any movies at all, would we?
Mandrake, have you ever heard of a thing called ChatGPT, or artificial intelligence?
Yes, I believe I have heard of that, Jack, yes.
Do you realize that artificial intelligence is the most gloriously conceived and auspicious technology mankind has ever created in the entire history of our species?
I'm afraid I don't quite see what you're getting at, Jack.
We won't be conceding to the terms of the WGA because in a few years' time there will be no need for a WGA. In a few years' time, generating an Oscar-winning movie script will be as easy as typing a few words into a chat window. So you can forget about Dune Part 2, Mandrake. In fact, you can forget about all of our upcoming releases. Our eyes are no longer on the present, Mandrake. Our eyes are on the future. Now, if you'd be so kind, go make me that glass of green alcohol and water. I feel another headache coming on.
Very well, Jack. Very well. I'll go make that for you right away, sir.